What's up, everyone? I'm Max from Robinson Cycle.
And I'm Jay from Robinson Cycle, and we're going to talk to you about e-bike basics today.
All right, so to start off, here's something that we all use: batteries. So the first thing we're going to start off with is batteries.
And this is a typical e-bike battery. It's called the High-Long 1-2 battery. This battery is 48 volts, but there are other voltages for e-bike batteries. 36, 48, 52 are the most common. This battery has a detachable base that would stay on the bike, so it can come off that way. Some other bike batteries have different mounting brackets, but this one has a detachable base. And there you have it, your e-bike battery.
All right, so like I said, we all use batteries. This is a little bit different than your normal batteries, but the next component that we're going to talk about is the display for an e-bike. So there's different types of displays, and I'm going to pull out a couple of different displays for you to look at. And here's a couple different types, but yeah.
Okay, this display here, this is a KD986 display by Key Display. It's a color display. We're going to power it up a little bit later, but you also have, this is a LCD display. Okay, it's not color. Okay, it's just black and white. And then we also have this little LCD display with the buttons on it. Okay, these other two have separate remotes, okay, that you turn on and off the bike with. Okay, but the displays typically show your speed that you're going, and you can get in and change some of the settings on your e-bike with the display.
Cool. So now the display sends the messages to what a lot of people call the display the controller. So we're going to go over the controller next. And a controller looks like this. So this is what your controller looks like on your bike. And what is the controller?
And there's a couple different, so this is a motor controller. It has different connectors on it. This is for the motor. Okay, this is for another one for the power connector right here. Okay, this is a torque sensing controller, so this has a torque sensor. Then we have this connector for the wiring harness that goes up to the handlebars. And then this controller has two light circuits on it. So the red ones are for the light circuits. And we're going to show you some of the other wiring in a bit. But this is a controller, and then there's another controller over there. Pick up that black one. Okay, so this is also an e-bike controller. Typically this one is mounted somewhere inside the bike, and this one is usually mounted on the seat tube. Okay, outside of the bike.
Now, the important thing I want to say about controllers too, and about the components of e-bikes, is everything is different. So your bike has a controller that works specifically with your bike, with your components. And most of the time out there, you can't just get another controller and say, well, I'm going to plug this onto my bike. Now let's move on to what we have next. So next we have the motor. So up here on the stand, actually, we have a motor. And I can pull one out just so we can show you another one up close. So here's a motor spoked in and on the wheel. Now the motor runs your bike, and it takes the voltage from your bike and it spins. There's a couple different types of motors.
All right, this motor up here is a geared hub motor. There's also direct drive motors, okay, and they operate differently than each other. The geared hub motor has gears in it, okay. Direct drive doesn't have gears in it.
And actually here I have a set of, here's a set of planetary gears. So on the geared hub motors, you have these on the inside of it. And like you were saying, on the direct drives, you do not have any gears. There's also mid-drive motors, which have a lot more working parts and components in them. And they use the chain to drive the bike, as opposed to the hub motor just uses the hub.
Typically, the more higher power bikes use direct drive motors, and your more common e-bikes that fit into the class 1 and 2 and 3 categories will use the hub motors if they have a hub motor.
And then next we just have everything else kind of revolves around these components. So we have just some of the, I call them the etc. components. So here we've got your throttles and your pedal assist sensors. And then like we would use like a headlight or other stuff, but I'd rather focus on stuff like this because these...
So this is a twist throttle, meaning you twist it. This is a thumb throttle you use with your thumb.
Yeah, these are just like some of the extra components. Now
That's
the pedal assist sensor here, we'll give you a close-up. This is a cadence sensor with magnets. So this here spins and it reads it, but there are other types of pedal assist
So this one
sensors.
here, this one goes on the bottom bracket of the bike, and then this magnet wheel goes on the spindle from the bottom bracket.
And then we have this type as well. So this actually fits into the bottom bracket.
Yep, and that's a press-in pedal assist sensor that presses into the bottom bracket.
And now that we've shown you the basic components, let's show you it all plugged into each other off an e-bike, outside of the actual bike, and you can see how everything works.
Let's get into putting the bike components together. So we're going to connect the battery to the controller. Okay, and everything has a way it goes together, so you usually can't put them together wrong. So there's your power. Okay, then we're going to connect the motor, okay, to the controller. And this one we just twist and press.
And then
together.
there's normally arrows on there, right?
Lined up.
Yeah, you can see the arrows there.
Arrows are lined up. So this is the typically called the wiring harness. This goes from the controller to the handlebars. So we're going to plug that in right now. And we're just going to twist it, find the right place, and put it together. This one, we're going to connect the display here to the green connector.
And these are the Joulette connectors too. So these color-coded connectors, whenever you see these are Joulette, or Hygo is another name.
The yellow to the throttle. Okay. The two other ones are for the brake sensors. We're not going to connect those today. And then we also have a pedal assist sensor that we're going to connect here. Okay, so now we're going to use the remote to turn everything on. You see we've got power. Everything comes on, and then if we press the throttle, we should get our motor to spin. Okay, so that's how that works. And then if we spin the pedal assist sensor, we should also get the motor to spin. Now that's in pedal assist level 1, that's why it's going slow. So we'll increase the pedal assist level to level 9 and use the sensor again, and the motor will spin faster. And there you have it, connecting the e-bike components.
Yeah, and that's the basics of the e-bike components, everybody. So remember, if you like this video or you found it helpful, you can like, share, comment, and subscribe. We are Robinson Cycle, and we have plenty more cool videos coming for you. And if you're in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, we are a bike shop. So we work on bikes, we sell bikes, and we do all kinds of other stuff with the community. So we do like the DC Bike Party, Baltimore Bike Party. And yeah, that's about that, y'all. So stay tuned.